lighting. So one of my lights are on charge, so I'm hoping this is okay. If you can see from the title, today we're going to be going in with the Physicians Formula, and this is the Tropical Days palette. Now, I've had this for quite a while, so it's quite guilty in that I haven't used it. It came out a long time ago, guys. It's not new at all. So we're going to be kind of focusing on that. And you can see it's kind of like, it's called Tropical Days for very summery. And that's kind of the color palette you're working with there. So let me know when you're on. So I've done some of my skincare. I've got some serums to put on beforehand. And I've got my water here because it's still really, really warm here in the UK. So I'm just going to get myself ready here. I'm going to put on some eye cream. Again, let me know when you're on. This is the Vichy Mineral 89. This cost me quite a bit, but I can't say, this is for the under eyes, I can't say that I saw a terrible difference. Let me know if you've used it before. Vichy 89 Minerals. So I'm just going to pop some of that under. So as I said, most of my skincare is done. So we're just going to massage that under the eyes, not go too deep with it or harsh. It does feel refreshing, I have to say. It is refreshing feel. Okay. So again, let me know when you've come in. It definitely feels refreshing. I just didn't see like a visible difference, and it's almost out now. Almost out of it now, but this is what it is. Vichy 89 Minerals. Oh, hey Andrea, we've never actually been on, have we, at the same time? I'm just doing my skincare. So yes, I'm almost out of this now, Vichy 89 Minerals, and I can't say anything amazing happened. It feels amazing on the skin, but like visually, I didn't see anything amazing. Let me know if you've tried it before. Vichy Mineral 89. It cost, I mean, it did cost a lot, and that's why I thought it would work, just for like the little bits under here. But it didn't really, it feels amazing, don't get me wrong. Oh, that's okay. Don't worry, Andre, if you have to go, that's absolutely fine. Hi, Kareem. Thank you for joining in for when you can. I'm testing the algorithm at the minute for my channel. I did a live on Sunday, if you guys saw. I think Kareem, you might have been on it. Hi, Satish. You might have been on it. Just to test the algorithm, really. So yeah, my thoughts on that eye cream, it is expensive, but I don't feel like it did. Visually, I didn't see many changes. So haven't tried their face cream, Andrea, but this I thought, because I've got really like grey, and even since I was little, I've had this grey under eye area, and nothing's really worked. And I even have my Superdrug here, and that's my eye cream. That's kind of worked a little bit better, but I heard so many things about this, but I haven't seen the face cream. I haven't actually used that. That might be good, but I didn't see really anything out of this, unfortunately. So I don't think I would repurchase it. It's a shame because it is quite, it's quite Vichy are meant to be really, really good. That was my first Vichy purchase. I've never had a, if you are looking for it, that's what the bottle looks like. I think you can get it most like Look Fantastic and Cult Beauty and things like that. I think mine was Cult Beauty. So that's what it looks like. You don't get a lot. I've actually opened it just to use the ends. So yeah, that's that. But that's kind of the eye cream. We're going to go in now with my Vitamin E Moisture Boost Face Serum, but I might swap that over. This is another Superdrug find. This is Moisture Gel, Nourishing Gel Moisturizer, and that is got goji berry and grapefruit extract. So the reason I'm using it today is because I'm not going out, so I don't have to worry about an SPF. So I can use this as a moisturizer tonight and not worry about, damaging the skin because I'm not going out this evening. So I would always advise, if I was doing like during the day or longer form content, I always advise SPF. But because I'm not going out, it'd be nice to use. I don't need to really worry about kind of SPF. And it is quite glowy, and I want to kind of have a glowy look today. So that's kind of where it's at. But thank you guys for coming on. I'm still testing the algorithm as to these lives. I was requested from February onwards if I could do lives after years of being on YouTube and doing longer form content. So I think this is like my 11th live now. So we're just testing it. It started off on Mondays at 6. Now we're trying out this time, and I appreciate I didn't give any notice on Sunday. I just thought I'd do an impromptu live just to see what the algorithm was like and see what the. But yes, if you're just joining, the eyeshadow palette we're working with today, I've had it for a long time. I'm guilty for not using it, guys. I really am. It's Physicians Formula. It's definitely not new. It's their Tropical Days. So you've got a cotton mattes and you've got a little bit of shimmers. I'd say they're mostly shimmers and mattes. If I just give you a look there, there's a smell of chocolate, which is unusual. That's usually not Physicians Formula, but there is a smell like there's kind of this. These two kind of did make sense to me in the palette. I can see the color story, but these two here are kind of a surprise to me. But yeah, they're nice colors. Haven't used it, as you can see, and I've had it a while, guys. So it's called Tropical Days, and it does kind of have that Physicians Formula kind of where they show you kind of, well, you don't have to have that. It's like a little dialogue of what you do and everything here. But I think it was maybe £10. I haven't used it, so that's what we're going to do today. But I still want to stick with that glowiness. I don't want to have to go out and buy. If you've been looking at my longer form content, you would have seen that I bought the Rimmel Multi Task Better Than Filters, and I definitely bought it too fair for me. I think I should have probably got medium. I think this is 001 fair. Should have got medium, but I don't want to go out and buy it again. So I'm going to mix that today with the Sunsilk from Revolution, and hopefully this just kind of gives us a bit of a boost and it doesn't kind of change the tone of the foundation or anything. So that's what we're going to do. It's really, really hot here today, so I've got my water here. But thank you guys for coming in. But no, the face cream might be amazing. The Vichy face cream. I haven't personally tried it. I just wanted to see the what the eye cream was like, because I'm looking for an eye cream that really works. And unfortunately, it feels amazing on, but it just visually didn't do anything. So that would just be my personal opinion. I didn't see like a kind of a difference, and that was a month's supply I used. Again, you don't get, the one thing I will say is you don't get enough. You don't get a lot for the price. I mean, I think how many mils? 15 mils, guys, and I think it must have been about at least 40 something, and I mean that's crazy. Hi Mavanatter, thank you for joining. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we've popped on our moisturizer. Again, this is a gel moisturizer, but I'm not going out tonight, so I'm not worried about an SPF. But if you are going out, I would always say, even if your BB cream says SPF, always put on an SPF beforehand. Just my personal opinion. So I'm going to put on my primer. This is the Rimmel Fix and Perfect. This is, it smooths, refines, brightens, mattifies, and protects. I've used this for years. It's really, really good. It's very kind of reliable for me, and it kind of has that creamy texture as well. So that's what we're going to, I'll just show you what it looks like, and it's from Rimmel. Rimmel are really affordable. So we're just going to pop that around the T-zone area. I'm going, guys, and I'm so excited. I think I said it before, but I'm going to the Corrs on Saturday. The Corrs are an Irish band. They were around mostly in the 90s. They're around mostly in the 90s, but they're kind of doing like this. They started in January because my friend Kirsty went in March, and she put it on Facebook that she saw the Corrs live, and I can't remember where it was, but they're actually going to be in Blenheim Palace, which I live quite close to, as like an outdoor concert on Saturday. So I'm going with friends to see that, and I've just loved the Corrs since I was a teenager. I grew up listening to the Corrs. If you don't know who the Corrs are, do go just Google them. You'll see lots of kind of live. I always drop something. You'll see lots of kind of live videos on MTV when it was back then, like. But they've started to kind of, I suppose, reboost themselves. So yeah, I'm really excited to see that. I think Natalie Imbruglia is going to be supporting them. That's their support act. But yes, Andrea Corr, Caroline Corr. There's the brother, and I'll get there. But yeah, I used to have their posters in my room and everything. I was really sad, but I'm looking forward to that. So I've heard great things about the face cream, but it's so expensive. It is. I've looked at it a bit past. I'd rather get Clinique Moisture Surge. I've heard of that, but I don't know what the price is like. I found a bit disappointing that the amount of money I paid for this, and I didn't. Yes, it feels refreshing, but I feel like if you're paying that amount of money, I think you need to see a difference. And I didn't see any difference, and I was just hoping like that the grayness would kind of go. So I know I need to get more sleep. I understand that, but I thought I'd see a little bit of a difference, and I didn't. So that was just a bit of a shame, really. But no, I mean, try it out if you want to. You only get 15 mils. I will say that it's just 15 mils. But yes, I know it's had some good reviews. Maybe it's kind of, you have to try it. Maybe it's more for somebody in their 20s or 30s. I'm not quite sure. But what I thought of is that I thought it was, when I looked at the description, for things like discoloration, under eyes, things like that. But yes, I didn't really get on with it, really. Nothing wrong with it as such, but it didn't really do anything for me, so I won't be repurchasing it. But yeah, so that's Saturday's plans, and they start at 4:30. And I think, as I said before, Natalie Imbruglia is like their support act, basically. So that should be good. Okay, so the final thing I'm going to do is just pop on my Moisture Boost Facial Serum. This is just kind of like something, again, that doesn't have an SPF, but it's like a kind of requisite to moisturizer. We're not going to be putting on an SPF tonight, so I'm going to just double my serum here, and then we're going to go straight in with the foundation. The foundation will be the Revolution Skin Silk. I'm in F5, so we're going to do that. So I'm just going to take some of that, again, around the T-zone. I don't go near the eyes because we've popped on our eye cream already. I don't tend to do my skincare, but I just kind of wanted to give my thoughts on that Vichy 89 because I think I expected a lot more from it, you know, being Vichy. Again, it was my first Vichy purchase, so I'm not that kind of experienced with it. But you know, it felt nice. It felt moisturizing, but it just visually, I didn't see anything. So yeah, for me, I probably wouldn't get it again. Let that set and just have some water. But if you do remember the band, guys, the Chorus, they're really good live as well. I saw them, you know, in Dublin, I think years ago. But I mean, they're really good songs too. I'd say they're kind of like in between pop and indie, maybe. Okay, so we've let that set in a little bit. I'm going to show you, this is the Revolution Sunsilk. It's not new in any way. I'm in F5, so they do go up. I actually got matched in Superdrug in Banbury. So that I kind of usually am beige, and I think this is like their version of warm beige is what the lady said. So it comes with a pump, which is great. We love a pump. We're just going to pop this on. This is what it looks like. Because lately I've been online, I've definitely not been getting the color matches right. So I popped into Superdrug when I saw a couple of people review this foundation, and I just wanted some help, and she was really good. She kind of just talked me through everything, and I basically got color matched there and then. What I'm going to do is use my Real Techniques foundation brush. I have the task on Wednesday of cleaning all my makeup brushes, and I don't know about you, but I absolutely, it's one of my, I don't put it off, but it's one of my things I just don't look forward to. So what I'll do is I'll blend one coat in, and then we'll go in with that filters just to give us a little bit of glowiness, because we put a lot of serum on, we've cleansed, because I want to keep that glowiness going. I think as you get older, glowy skin just looks better than matte. You let me know in the comments what you think. For years, I really wanted, because I had oily skin and acne for years as a teenager, I always wanted, you know, matte, dry skin. Like, that's what I always want. But now, as I'm getting older, I find that like glowier skin, dewy skin is kind of a bit more, it kind of complements me a bit more. Okay, so I'm going to just go in now, and I'm actually, instead of mixing them, I'm going to just put this directly on my skin. So this is the Rimmel Multitasker Better Than Filters. Again, as I said before, I should have gotten the second, I think it's medium. I got 001 Fair, but I don't think I'm going to go back. It's a full bottle, guys, and it would be such a shame not to, you know, not to use it and go back and buy another one, and then this would just sit and not get used. And I wouldn't want to give it to a friend because it has like this little dough for here, so that would have touched my skin, so it just doesn't feel healthy, like as in hygienically healthy, to kind of pass it on to a friend or anything. So I'm going to try and just use it more like a glow booster today, a bit like how you'd use the Charlotte Tilbury booster. So that's what we're going to do. Keep it all in the kind of T-zone area. Oh, I always say I don't know what's worse, doing my mum's meds for her or cleaning my brushes. Oh my goodness, I don't have the patience. It's awful. It's awful. I think a support work doing the guys' meds, and I'm like, I'd rather go through that and date and time everything. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. For me, it's the certain kind of brushes that you go to all the time that you know are going to really need a deep clean. So like my contour brush from Real Techniques is going to need a deep clean. Foundation, I've got two the exact same foundation brushes. They're going to need a deep clean. So I just know it's going to be, I think it's the time consuming part. And then let me know what you use, because I used to use like conditioner, and then I got this kind of basic, I'll put it below because I can't remember. what it's called, but this like cleaner from Amazon, just brush cleaner. Um, but yeah, it's definitely not one of my favorite tasks to do, and I have to do it Wednesday, so that's going to be something I have to do. I love glow skin. I couldn't use matte foundation when my skin is glowy. It does feel hydrated, and then it kind of just looks better. I think for me, um, the first step of your skincare and your makeup is skincare. So taking care of your skin, which I know we're all guilty of. I know I'm guilty of it. Sometimes of not kind of doing all my steps if I'm tired and everything. But when you take care of your skin, um, and for example, I'm really bad at drinking water. So what I'm doing is a friend suggested it. She said just pop in a straw and it's easier, it goes like quicker. So that's what I'm doing. Little things kind of. But yeah, glowy foundations, anything dewy, I think suits, women as they're getting older a little bit more, or younger, but particularly if you're getting older and you're noticing changes and things like that. I think glowy skin just looks healthier. I use baby shampoo. Oh my gosh, I never even thought of that. That's a really good idea because it's obviously got all those ingredients, gentle. Yeah, I'm going to try that. I only have a little bit left of this. And I have to say, it smells really antibacterial. It's not the nicest smell, but I got it off of Amazon. It's I will use it, and that'll be my last use then from it. But yeah, if I can feel that, I can feel like how glowy the skin is, and it's kind of quite bouncy. So what we're gonna do, but I'll definitely take a look at that after I used up my brush cleaner. So this is just, I'm going to go in first with two concealers. So if you're a long-term viewer of mine, you know that I always go in with a color corrector before I go in with a concealer. That's something I learned off of Nathan Johnson. Nathan Johnson, if you're not into makeup, you may not know, but he's a UK makeup artist. No, sorry, US makeup artist. He's done celebrity makeup, but he's now got his own school. So it's like makeup. If you kind of Google QC Makeup Academy, I went and did their basic course, and he said always correct before you conceal, because if you're concealing, you're still going over an area that needs color corrector. So that's what I do first. I use this Maybelline Eraser multi-use concealer in peach. You can get it in green. You can, depending on your skin tone, you can get it kind of in any color that you need. And then I go in with the e.l.f. Hydrating. So that's kind of something I learned over time. Try Johnson's, yeah, much cheaper than brush cleaner. Yes, it is. You have all these really expensive high-end ones, and there's no need really to buy that. I think this was one that was just like Amazon recommended, but I only have one use left, and then I might try the baby shampoo, I think. But I dread it. It's just the whole task of it. I find it really tedious. I know it's necessary, but I find it really tedious. I don't know why. So I'm just warming that with my fingers, if you're wondering why I'm doing that, because I'm going to go in with a sponge with the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. So especially around the eyes. One of my lights is charging, guys, so a little bit less strength in lights today. I had it, I've got a USB for it, and I've also got another plug for it. I got it from TikTok. It's quite good, but it's lost its power, so it's just charging below here. So kind of you can see we're just going for that glowiness, because the color story for this eyeshadow palette is quite interesting. You've got that blue and purple just randomly in with all these browns and kind of peaches. So that was kind of interesting. You can see them, they're really strong, and they're in between like a shimmer and a matte. If I bring them close to the camera and I swatch them, I think they're more going to be a shimmer. So what I want is, if we are going for that matte look today, that peachy look, I want the rest of the skin to kind of just complement the look and look healthy basically. But yes, let me know, guys, if you have this. That was a real surprise, these two colors. They just don't seem to kind of go with this color kind of story today. But no, we're going to go with it. As you can see, it is older. It just hasn't been used. So I have sprayed it. It's been sprayed kind of, but it hasn't been used. So that's what we're going to do today. So what I'm going to do now is just pop the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer right here, not too much, just on the indents where I need it, and then just the T-zone here too. And we're then going to go in with, first of all, warm it up with my fingers, and then I'm just going to go in with this. I got this from Shein a while back. It's just a little blender. I've bought, and here it is, I have bought New brushes in the past to avoid washing my brushes. Oh, I've done that too. Oh my, I have. I've gone on to Shein and done that. I have. I've done the exact same thing. Oh, and then it just ends up getting even more. I've gotten better than I used to be. I have too, because I don't let it go. I have to say, even though I complain about it, I don't let it go. And this might be a long time for some people, but I think I don't let it go any more than maybe 6 weeks. And if that's bad, I apologize. But, I don't let it go any more than that, just because I've always had sensitive skin. And for some reason now I am getting to the point where I'm getting good skin. I'm taking care of myself and drinking water. So obviously part of that is not putting on the dirty brushes onto your skin again, but it is very, very tedious. I have to say, it's time consuming. Um, this eyeshadow palette, Andrea, is called Tropical Days, and I think it came out maybe a year or two ago. And I just popped it in my collection. I never used it. Saw a YouTuber do it and kind of talk about it, and then they're all named and numbered at the back. If I just show you there, I will open it again just to show you. But it might, now that it's kind of been around for 2 years, it might be lower. I think it was £10 when I got it. I'm sure it must be now. So it's the Tropical Days palette from Physicians Formula. I only ever got a bronzer from them before, so that's my first eyeshadow palette from Physicians Formula. I've never gotten like an eyeshadow palette from them before. I always primarily saw them as like foundations and bronzers when they brought out their bronzer. But so that's just that. Okay, so that's kind of the concealer. We're going to do a little bit of powder, a setting powder. I realize I am looking super shiny, but that is also the light, so it's not as shiny. I got told off when I showed my brushes. She was saying you need to wash them weekly. You probably do need to wash them weekly, but I don't have either the time, or I don't think I would have the patience, and that's really bad. I don't have the time to do it, but maybe I should make the time. I don't know. Is that an excuse? I don't know. Weekly. Oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever done that. Oh my god, I should, but no, 6 weeks is the max I've done it before, where it's been like just sat there. And I mean, look at my Real Techniques blush brush, definitely needs it. If I put it on my face, I'd probably have blush already on my hands. I mean, there's so many ones that need. My big ones are the foundation, contour, and blush. I think it depends what you're into. If you're always doing your eyeshadows, probably loads of eye brushes. But for me, I'm constantly putting on concealer, bronzer, blush, and they're the ones that get really, really heavy. So yeah, I need to. Yeah, I look at them and I kind of, one of these hasn't even been opened. I don't even know where this is from. I need to kind of look at all my brushes here. And there's another one. Oh my gosh. I think these might be Shein, I'm not sure. But yeah, the ones that are big for me that carry all that product are the foundation brushes for me, and the sponges. Let me know what you use for your sponges. One of my friends, I am not lying, puts her sponge in with her clothes with non-bio, and apparently it comes out amazing, and she's never had an issue. I've never thought about that in my life. I don't think I would do that, but one of my friends, this is the truth, puts in her makeup sponges, doesn't use them whatever she uses with her brushes. She puts them in her washing with non-bio. I don't know. I certainly would never do that. I just wash them and wash them until it becomes clear, if you know what I mean. So I'll keep washing them until it becomes clear. And if there is a stain or something on it that it's not going to be discolored or anything, I'll spray some antiseptic makeup spray. So that's what I do with my sponges. But one of my friends actually puts it in with her laundry and puts non-bio in, and that's it. And that's how I don't know how. I guess, if you haven't got time, do something like that. I've never tried it myself. I wouldn't recommend it. Every 2 to 3 weeks is really good, Andrea. Oh my god, that's amazing. That's really good. Mine was, the last time was like, it's been 6 weeks. So I need to, that's really good actually, I think. Very, very good. Okay, so we've kind of set everything now. I didn't really get along with that e.l.f. Pencil again, so we're going to kind of go in. Yeah, I know my friend has done it, Andrea, and I don't know how, with all the other clothes and particles and everything, even though it comes out clean, I just wouldn't want that to touch my face personally, sponges and things like that. So I always use the antiseptic spray, or I'll wash them under the sink or under the tap. But now I'll be trying that baby shampoo. I'll be trying that now. That was a recommendation. But yeah, when she said that to me, because that was a couple of months ago now, when we were getting ready, and yeah, she just took it from her laundry basket, and I thought, wow, Okay, I've never seen that, but that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I haven't gotten on with the e.l.f. Pencil, a thick pencil, and the She Glam ran out for me yesterday. So what I'm going to do is color match myself today. I am going to go and get a new eyebrow pencil, but I'm going to color match myself to the matte brown, and I'm going to do my brows with that. I just ran out of the She Glam, and I've had that for a while, liquid eyebrow pencil. I'll just show you the shape because it's a really good shape. It has that kind of shape here. It's a brush, and if it might come on, is it a little bit? No, but you can see this, the brush there. You don't have to shake it for the product to come out or anything like that. But it's really good, and I ran out of it. So you might have seen my other longer form content where the e.l.f. pencil just kind of broke, and I got another one, but it was like the liquid, and it wasn't working with me really. So we're gonna do this. This is the e.l.f. I've had this for a long time. I am going to use this as a bronzer, but the warm will be used today as a bronzer. But this matte, I think cooler matte tone will kind of go. I'm going to get a brow brush and do that. So I'm going to brush them out first, and then I'm just going to use the double-ended and then pop that color on. So this is the Morphe M150. So you get your double-ended, you get your spoolie on one side, and then you get your kind of tapered end brush on the other. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to brush them first upwards, and then we're going to go in the direction outwards of the brow. If you can see that, guys. Thank you guys for joining tonight. I am still, as this is my 11th live, getting kind of to know the algorithm and everything like that, but definitely happy as it was requested by Emma, as I remember, and Emma's been a long time subscriber. I know she can't always make the lives, but I do agree it's much better. It's a much better way to interact with your subscribers, and I enjoy it. So yeah, I've just kind of brushed them into place. So now what I'm going to do is go back in with that matte that I showed you, that matte brown. We're just going to take the tapered end of the brush, and we're going to just slightly get a little bit, not too much, and we're going to go in the direction of the hairline. So we're just going to use that going from the smaller point upwards, and we're going to go in the direction like that. This to me, I think, is the closest match to my hair color at the minute. And if we just kind of compare that quickly to the other side, I think quite quick really, and I think it's kind of a good solution for today because I do need a new brow product. I don't know what I will get now. I'm kind of looking at now what I should get, not quite sure, but we're going to go upwards again before we put that product on, and then we're going to go back in with the tapered brush, and we're going to use the smaller end as we did before and just go in again. It's quite quick. I know I'm talking, but if you were kind of doing this yourself, it doesn't take very long. I have to say, even though I would trust this going out in the day, because Revolution Matte Fix Oil Control Fixing Spray, I've had various brow products on, and it's never ever this has withstood 25 degrees, where in the UK and Ireland is very rare, but it's quite hot for us, and it withstood all my makeup, so that was amazing. So I'd really recommend the Revolution Oil Control Fixing Spray if you're looking for a new fixing spray, or just one that's not going to break the bank and really work. So that's it, guys. It's kind of like very quick to do, and it's just a solution for today because the other e.l.f. product I'm just not really getting along with, and unfortunately I showed you the She Glam product that I've just completely run out of. So now what I'm going to do is go in with W7's Golden Glow Drops. Now they're my rotation in my makeup rotation, which will be out on Wednesday. I've done my whole makeup rotation. I was using the Drunk Elephant. These are, guys, and even if you see down to the actual design, they kind of copied Drunk Elephant so closely. This is the W7 Golden Glow Drops. W7 are a makeup brand if you're new to W7. I have a lot of their eyeshadow palettes. I also have some of their blushers, but they're very good. Cost effective as well, very cost effective brand, but this is just as good. I would always advise to shake because the water and oil settles if you don't shake it. And we're just going to pop it to the areas before we set it with the powder, where we would usually put our bronzer, where the sun would naturally hit your face basically. So I'm going to show you on screen what it looks like. Honestly, guys, if you are looking at bronzing drops, do not go and get Drunk Elephant if you're on a budget. Look at W7, even Revolution, but W7 are just as good, guys. And they're probably the only brand that actually matched so closely the actual design as well. So we're just going to use my finger. That's what it looks like. And we're just going to pop it around the areas where the sun would naturally hit your face. And then feel for the cheekbone, but don't go too far in. And then what I do, guys, if you're wondering why I'm not going under here, whatever's remaining on the brush, I tend to just kind of put under the chin. So what we're going to do now is get my Real Techniques contour brush. I'm just going to spray it with a little bit of vitamin E spray from Superdrug. And we're just going to work that into the skin. If we do need to buff it out, we will. But definitely shake it, guys, because it does what I found with Drunk Elephant and with W7 as it separates. I actually tried, I used it the other day before going out to meet someone. This was the Drunk Elephant, and put it straight on my hand. Didn't think I needed to shake it, and it came out kind of, it separated basically. It had separated over the time since the last time I used it. So as you can see, this blends in really, really quickly. What we can do then is if we think anything's harsh or anything like that, we can go in with a blender brush, which we can do. But you can see it adds to the glowiness, and then I am following through the jawline as well. Okay. So what I'm going to do quickly is just, this is the Big Bertha from DJS Beauty. They're really good. They're small. I wouldn't say they started off really small family business. They do eyeshadows, they do foundations, and they do brushes now. DJS Beauty, have a look at them. This is called the Big Bertha brush. It's one of their biggest brushes they have. You can see how big it is, but it's great for just blending, guys. Just blending out afterwards, whether it's powder or liquid. Really, really good, and it's just so soft. I've used this 3 times in terms of washing, and it's been really good. The quality is amazing, so I'd highly recommend DJS Beauty. So that's the bronzer, guys. You've kind of popped a little color back in, but not gone too much, because the blush I'm going to use, guys, is quite strong. It's from SheGlam. It's here. So I ran out of their contour. Again, this is looking at your looking at what you have basically in your stash, rotating what you have in your stash. I have had this for a long time and I need to use it. I think I did this maybe a year ago. So I'm looking at the expiry date because I smelled it today. Still smells amazing. It looks okay. So we're going to use it. I want to use it with my products. So we're just going to pop this. This is in, I think it's Birthday Cake. Let me just check. This is the packaging, and this is what the contour bronzer would look like as well. I haven't got my glasses on. Love Cake, that's what it is. Okay, so because it's so strong, I'm going to be really, really light with it. You'll see why, guys, because it's super, super strong. I'll also just swatch it for you here. That's what it looks like. That's the kind of effect you get. I'm going to look for a clean brush, guys, because as I showed you my Real Techniques brush, it really does need to be, there's so much blush on it. So we are going to use one of these, which I forgot I had. It's brand new, as you can see. It's kind of a tapered angled brush, so that might be okay. We might just spray it, and we're just going to go upwards as well, because then you're bringing that blush up and it's kind of bringing your face in as well. So you're getting that kind of structure to your face. So we might just, because it's brand new, I might just spray it quickly. And all we're going to do is work our way up. Just give it a bit of a shake off. We're just going to work our way up because this has been a while since I used it. So I'm just going to see what it looks like. Super strong. And you can see how little I put on. Tiny dots. Really strong. Wow. Okay. So what you can then do is go in with a bigger brush. And we're just going to start. This is the Laura Geller. And we're just going to straight away cool that down, because that is, now for somebody who absolutely loves blush, well then, and strong strength, this might be absolutely for you. But you can see, guys, look how much is on, 3 dots, and that's kind of the result. So you do get good results from it, but just be aware of that. And you do get a little bit of kind of a highlight as well. So that's just something to be aware of. Again, I found that in my blush bag, and I realized I hadn't used it in so long. So what I'm going to do is I'm still going to just spray that again, and then we're going to go back in this side as well. This is more of an angled brush, so I thought it was a good idea to use this, so we're not going all over the face. But you can see better on this side, guys, the colour you get. Birthday Cake is what it's called, I think. And I do have a video for it, long content, longer form content. Again, pictures after all of this, guys, will be in natural lighting, of course, but you can see it's actually calmed down now, and you can see it's just a nice fresh look, guys. Again, you can go in with the intensity. This is what it looks like, so that's what you're getting. Very, very blendable. So if I show you that, really, really blendable. So it is nice, and obviously then once you put your setting spray on and things like that, that should be absolutely fine. But yeah, that's what you get. That's kind of the look with that one. Have you've got that blush too? Well, how do you find it? I mean, I found just there, and it's been a while since I used it, how much you put on, like how much we got there, and that was a tiny dot. So I know it's small. I heard some people say it's quite small, but you get a lot in it. I mean, that's how many. Smells amazing as well, but that were tiny dots, and we really got, and that was me actually buffing it out, so that was actually stronger than that. But I like it. I think it's nice. It smells like, so it smells like sweets or candy or something. But yeah, I do like the finished look of it, and I kind of try to bring it up there too. But no, it's very pretty. I totally agree. It's really nice, and it has to go back in my rotation because it's been in my bag. I have to keep doing this makeup rotation instead of getting all the one of the primers I really want to get, but I'm not going to get, is that Grippy primer. But I've got so many primers, I have no excuse. I can't get another primer. So is that Maybelline Grippy primer, or is it L'Oreal? Maybelline's come out with a really good mascara, bubble mascara, and then it's L'Oreal have their Grippy primer, if I'm right. But I want to get them both, but I won't because I've got too many. So okay, so what I'm going to do before we do the powder bronzer, I'm just going to set under my eyes. And this is something I've been using for maybe, have I brought it here? I think I did, yes. This is something I've been using, I'd say for 2 months now. This is the Revolution Rose Baking Powder in pink. It's quite small, travel friendly, it fits in your hand. I would love a sifter that's a little bit different. It just, a lot comes out really, really quick, so you just have to be really careful with this, whereas Wet n Wild have one and they have a sifter, so like you can actually separate it. But this, just be super careful, guys. The product itself is lovely, but it does definitely need a little bit of control, I think. So it'd be nice if it had a sifter or something like that, or a lid on top of this one that you could just kind of twist. But yes, you only have to go in a little bit. I like that blush. I've been using the contour as well. Yeah, I've run out of the contour so long ago, and then this one I think I just kind of picked up and put down. But the contour I got at the same time, and I think I ran out of it. I used it constantly. It was really, really good. Really, really good. Definitely recommend them. So all I'm going to do is set my under eyes with this. We're just going to get my little puff here, and then we'll go in with that powder. I don't think I'll go with a powder blush because I think that blush is quite strong. Maybelline, that's what it is. I don't know why I thought it was L'Oreal. Maybelline Grippy Primer. Yes, that's it. I see it everywhere. TikTok, absolutely everywhere. And like, I just know I've got primers and can't get it. I have to keep saying to myself, you don't have a reason other than the fact you just want it. So I have to sort of reason myself to that. But yeah, I can't. I mean, there's so many other things I need to do. Pay and things like that. It's when you have about 5 or 6 primers or more, there's no excuse for me. But I see it on TikTok all the time. And that bubble mascara, that might be Maybelline as well, bubble mascara. See the difference that makes, guys? It just kind of sets everything. It mattifies it slightly. You can see over here it's very glowy, but it's just mattified it, but it's also set everything in place. So it's set my concealer. So if I was to wear this during the day for 7 or 8 hours, you would definitely get kind of a really good kind of good quality out of that. So it's worth it. It just is a shame that it doesn't have like a sifter. That's the only thing I'll say. So you pop it out directly. It's not the biggest issue. It's just other brands have kind of the sifter where you can turn it and things like that. So, but yeah, Maybelline Grippy Primer, that's the brand, Maybelline. They may be the one that do the bubble mascara as well that I saw on TikTok. So just setting those, and then we're going to go straight into the eyes. You have amazing eyeshadow palettes, Andrea. Oh my, I'm so jealous. I think I don't have as much as that, and and the gorgeous ones as well. Oh my goodness, amazing. I loved watching that video I watched the other day. And I missed the one this morning where you did a follow-up, I think. But yeah, your eyeshadow palettes are amazing. Definitely take a look, guys, if you're on. because, but also you're very, very good at doing eyeshadow as well. So, but yeah, it was one of the ones I really wanted to get was more of was the Natasha Denona, but I only got her rose palette, but that was one of the ones that were £24. It was like five little kind of pans, and it was her rose quartz one. So they're ones I know I'll use. So I'm just going to finish that up, guys. Now that's enough, I think. And I've just done the rest in my T-zone. So that's kind of the setting powder side done. So what we're going to do is go in with the bronzer, and we're going to go back to the e.l.f. quad that I showed you. So you can use, the good thing about these is they're very, very price friendly, and you do get kind of whatever skin tone you are. You do have a kind of a paler one if you wanted to set, and then maybe a shimmer for this one. It's matte as far as I can see, but it's more of a peach color, so you could even use this as like a base color on your lid to separate your crease color if you wanted to. So you've got different things. You could also do bronzer as your eyeshadow. That's always something people do too. So great summer find, but also it's not new in any way. It's by e.l.f. It's their quad. These two, so you do get if you prefer like a warm brown. I think for me, what's going to suit the W7 bronzing drops is that warmer tone today. But I think if you are more of a cooler toned person, you do get that cooler tone as well. So we're going to go in with the warmer toned brown. I'm going to use the contour brush from Real Techniques. And we're just going to go in with that warmer toned brown. And that is my foundation brush. Here we go. I'd really like to get them down to 100. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Even that's too much. Wow. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that. Hundreds. Wow. It's amazing. That's like a playground for me. Wow. Yes, I know this is coming off strong, guys, but when I use the Big Bertha brush, you'll see that it really blends quite intensely, really well too. And we're not going to miss out that blush, so I'm not going to go over the blush or anything like that. So what I'll show you is, because I know it looks very intense when you put it on, but once you use your blush brush, it melts into the skin really nicely. Just as you can see, that didn't take long, guys. And you can see how kind of from when we first put it on, it was quite kind of almost shocking, but then you kind of blend it out and it just blends out really well. But wow, 100, oh my God, I'd love that. I'd play all day with that. And then just whatever remaining is under the, so now we're under the chin. Okay, so I'm just going to go in just on the other side with that kind of warm brown just here, and then we're going to start with that eyeshadow palette. And keep in mind, this is my first time using it, so I'm using it with you guys. So I'm just gonna put up, yeah, there are so many lovely palettes out there, eyeshadow palettes out there now. Pat McGrath, I think I could only afford personally. I could get it, but then I probably wouldn't use maybe 6 or 7 pans in the colors in the pan. But so to make it worth my while, I mean, afford it, is probably the kind of smaller versions like the Natasha Denona. So I do have a Pat McGrath Labs kind of golden brown. I can't remember what the actual color is called. But basically the £4, £4 or £5 one, which are about £24, I think, on Cult Beauty, which isn't bad. But I knew I'd use those colors. That's why I got it. Whereas you get a really big color or palette, sometimes you know you're not going to use certain colors, which is a shame, really. And that's, I didn't want to do that. But yes, Pat McGrath, absolutely gorgeous colors. She's really, really good. Okay, so I think that's the blush and contour. We've done kind of the base. So what I'm going to do before the eyeshadow is I am going to spray the Revolution Matte Fix Oil Control Setting Spray. I've got about 2 uses left now, so I'm going to give it a bit of a shake. And we're just going to spray. And then I'll get my eyeshadow brushes ready, and then we can kind of do the eye look. Another mascara that I forgot I had that was a tester version is the Huda Beauty One Coat Wow. So as you know, guys, I've been using this a lot. I got this in the Iconic 4. Check out New Look, guys. I think it's still on it. So NARS are doing a deal where you get 4 of their most iconic sellers. So you get the concealer, you get the bronzer, you get the blush, sorry, and you get the mascara. They're all in miniature sizes, but I mean, guys, you get a lot for your money. So I've been really loving this mascara, Climax. It's waterproof. And I think I used this once or twice before, and I completely, when I was looking through my, shop my stash, because I've been tending to change my everything else except the mascara, and I thought to myself, you've got a lot of mascaras. Change the mascara too. So what we're going to do this week is the Huda Beauty One Coat Whoa. And again, I got a tester version of this, but do check out, guys, because NARS are very high end. However, they are doing a sale of 4 of their most iconic products, and it's now on New Look. So definitely go and grab that, guys. And it does give you an option for your color. So if you're worried about, okay, if they're doing a concealer, I need to know my shade, they give you the shade. You just do the drop down bar. You can do, I think I got mine in creme brulee, but they give you all the options for the concealer that you want. So it's really good. I mean, you definitely, it's worth, I mean, it's £30 if I hadn't said. So that's 4 NARS items for £30. I think that's absolutely amazing. So yeah, so I've got their blush, their bronzer, and I've got the mascara, and then I've got my concealer is creme brulee. So that's basically it. So what we're going to do, you know, after the eyeshadow is we're going to use that One Coat Whoa. I'm not somebody who can wear lashes very well. So for me, I have to go now, but I'll watch the replay later tonight when I get home from Mum's. Thank you for joining, Andrea. It was great to chat to you, and I love your videos. So guys, if you want to have a look at makeup tutorials with Andrea, do. She does great videos and reviews, and longer form content too. So absolutely check that out. But thank you, Andrea. Have a good time at your Mum's, and hopefully you do catch this later. So this is what we're looking at. Again, I will say these two were a surprise, but we're going to go and do a crease color. So we're going to use this one here. Let's do that crease color now. And I'm going to be using the Fluffy Eye Blender brush. And this is from e.l.f. And then I'm going to be taking some water, guys, because it is really warm in here. And I'm just going to look straight ahead. Again, photos will be in natural lighting. Look how dark that is. Wow. So these are, I will say, it does say buttermelt colors. So this Physicians Formula, I have always tried their bronzers and their concealer. I've never tried an eyeshadow palette. So this is their first eyeshadow palette I've ever tried. It's tropical. It's called Tropical Days. It's by no means new. Look how strong that is. So what we did is we popped this on, guys, and look what it came out in the skin. Like, that's amazing, guys. Look at that color. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to actually use a clean fluffy brush just because how strong it is. Not that I don't like it. I am going to use that clean fluffy brush just to kind of blend it out. So this is the DJS Beauty Pro F221. And all we're going to do is just, it's a clean brush. And all I'm doing is those harsh edges, guys, because I wasn't expecting it's such a deep color. But as I blend it out, you can see it starts to look a little bit more natural as it can. And that's really nice, guys. It reminds me of their bronzer. Let me know, guys, if you've tried Physicians Formula yourselves. So as we've blended that out, that's really nice. But look at the color difference, guys. That's what fascinated me. This is the color which is coming off quite cool on screen. And you saw when I put it on how warm and deep that was. So just be aware of that. And I'm just going to use what's on the brush on the other side. I haven't popped on my Profusion eye primer, which I had to hand, and I've been talking too much and getting too distracted. Yes. And that's even what's on the remainder of the brush, guys. So I haven't even dipped in again. So that just goes to show, wow, they are strong colors, guys. So Physicians Formula, I have mainly always saw them more as like foundation, bronzers particularly. They're really popular for their bronzers. This is my first eyeshadow palette. So this is called Tropical Days. And if you haven't seen it or you're just joining, this is what it looks like. It's clear packaging at the front. And then at the back, it just has the names of the colors. And then obviously just like the eye shape and things like that. I will say I was very surprised to see like a really bright turquoise and purple in there. So that was quite surprising for me. But we're going to just blend that out. I have slightly hooded eyes, which means that I go slightly above the crease so that when I look forward, I can see what I've done, the work I've done. If I didn't do that, I would be doing all the work in the crease and then I'd look forward and I wouldn't see the work I've done. So I bring it up, if you're just wondering why, I bring it up slightly higher because I do have slightly hooded eyes. If you're just joining, guys, thank you for joining. Do take a look at the replay. If you're interested in beauty, personal care, mental health and smoothies, I do all of that on my playlist. I like to kind of do a variation of different things, but the real kind of reason for my lives one, I was requested to do them, and two, it's great to just interact with people. I'm still testing the algorithm, so let's just, so that's kind of both sides. Again, there will be natural lighting photos. They're really nice colors. There's a slight chocolatey smell, which usually you get from the Too Faced palettes, but this is Physicians Formula, and there's definitely like a chocolate smell, so that's interesting. What I'm going to do is I'm then going to go in with this peach color. I'll swatch it and I'll show you. That's what it looks like. There, it's coming off brown, so it's interesting, guys. We're getting different kind of colors when we look at them as to when we swatch them. Okay, so I might use my finger for that because I got a lot of product there. Again, the smell of chocolate from this is really unusual. I always just, Too Faced for me products, I always link in with the smell of chocolate for eyeshadow. But there is a smell of chocolate here, so that kind of does really, I think that suits the color. If I look down, you can see there's a nice gradient. So this is the color we're using here. If I look on the back, this is called Comfort Chic, this one right here. So we're going to go on the other side. Again, I am using my fingers again. And that's really nice, I think, look. Again, smells of chocolate, which is amazing. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go in with a glowier kind of, I would say this is in between a shimmer and glitter. Let me know when you're on, guys. It's always good to talk to everybody. So we've just used that. What I'm going to go into the inner corner with now is this color here. It's more of a shimmer. And let me just check what the color is for you guys. This is called Always Trending, this one right here. So I'm going to test, this is what it looks like. Wow, that's a real deep gold there if I show you guys that one. So we're going to just go start in the middle in case it's not bright enough. I would never advise going in with a deep, deep shimmer onto the inner corner because it'll just make you look tired. Okay, so it is a bit deeper. Okay, so we might keep it towards the end of the eye and go in with a brighter color for the inner corner. So I'm going back in again with this color here, and I'm going to really kind of focus on the outer corners here as well. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go with this really, really white color here and right into the inner corners. And that's going to waken up and brighten up the eye, as you can see. Now that's going to look really, really kind of shocking to begin with, but as it warms to the skin, guys, it does calm down and it does make sense to the gradient of color. So you're going from very light to kind of medium brown, and then you're getting that outer corner color here, which is like just a nice gentle smoky eye. And then when we have the mascara on, it will all kind of come together. So I'm going to put this on the other side as well. Today I'm using lip oil by Revolution. So you can see it's not showing as much on this side for some reason, but I will. There we go. We might use a brush because some of it is fallout. So you can see there's a little bit of fallout there. But what I wanted to do is show how it can make such a difference with bright white in the inner corners of your eyes. It really just makes everything pop. So that will be brushed out, guys. I know it looks a bit harsh right now, but it will be brushed out. Do let me know when you're on, guys. It's always good to know what time suits everybody. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just have a clean fluffy brush because we need to just blend out the inner corners there. Okay. Okay. So you could certainly go deeper with this palette, guys, if I just show you before the mascara's popped on. So you get a really nice deep purples there. There's a turquoise green. You've got your in-between matte, warm and cool toned browns. You've got that cream kind of color that we set on the offset on the lid. And then you've got that white as well, which popped on the inner corner. We are going to see a huge difference, guys, once the mascara is on. You're going to see a huge difference. This I haven't used in a while. This is the One Coat Whoa by Huda Beauty. I'm going to take a drink because it's warm in here. I'm going to take a drink, guys. It's very warm today. Sorry guys, and it's not very exciting for people to look at somebody drink. Okay, so I'm going to use my curler, and this is just my lash curler from Real Technique, sorry, from Superdrug Studio London, and I'm going to use my smaller if I have it. Did I bring my smaller mirror? Bet you I didn't, but I've got a mirror directly in front of me, so I'll use that. In all my preparation today, guys. Yes, I did. Okay, so I've just got my mirror here. I always kind of look down as I'm doing mascara, and then you get more control, I feel. So we're just going to look down and just curl the lashes and then do the mascara. Just curling them quickly. If you do like this kind of content, guys, do take a look at my longer form content and consider subscribing. Okay, so we're going to go in again. Now, I haven't used this in a while. This is the One Coat Wow from Huda Beauty. I remember not being a huge fan of the brush, but I am in a kind of rotation with my makeup, so I do want to use it up, guys. Again, it is the miniature version. So we're just going to pop off any excess. Okay. So that's what it looks like. There are the bristles. But thank you for joining, guys. The ones that have, I really appreciate it. We're going to look down again. When you look down, you get more control of when you can see what you can see. So I'm just using my smaller mirror here, really focusing. I've got my clean spoolies as well. So if I do need to go in and separate any lashes, which I'm hoping I don't, but if I do, I've got a clean spoolie here. Just one of those temporary ones you can throw away and you've got like I got a pack of 100 from Amazon a while back, so if I ever need to clean up my mascara, I can. So if I look forward, that's what you're looking at there. That's kind of one coat of the Huda Beauty Wow mascara, or Wow, whichever way you pronounce it. I wouldn't trust this on the bottom lashes. That's the only thing I would say. It is a lovely formula, but it's very thick, so you just have to be super careful. So what I'm going to do is I am actually going to go in, guys, with a temporary spoolie. I have it here somewhere. And we're just going to kind of separate those lashes because I'm very happy with the colour, but I do think it's kind of, they've stuck together slightly. So I know I brought a couple with me for the video or for the live. So they're just basically temporary ones you can throw away. So what I'm going to do is just separate them. So it doesn't have, the benefit of a temporary one is it doesn't have any product on it, and you can kind of just separate, almost like detangling. So if I look ahead there, you can see there's just a little bit more precision. I do remember this was one of the reasons I didn't go in too much with this Huda Beauty One Coat Wow. The consistency is very, very thick, but I do think we've gotten kind of what we needed. It does definitely boost up the eye, as you can see. It brings the eye up, gives it that look going up. A little bit of fallout I can see on the lid, but we will take care of that. So that's kind of the look you get in terms of the mascara. It definitely brightens up the eye. It also lifts the eyelashes as well. But I think a lot of that has to do with that you curl your lashes beforehand. So I would always recommend doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to dip this back in. That's the other kind of trick I've learned. Don't dip it in again until you need to. Otherwise, there's too much product. So what we're going to do is just curl the lashes on the other side. There will be pictures in my posts as well afterwards in natural lighting. But thank you all tonight, guys. It means a lot. If you do like my content, it will be lovely to subscribe and just get to chat to you guys more regularly. Okay, so I'm not going back in. As I said, I'm not double dipping. We're going straight in again, and we're going to, and I can almost see straight away the reason I don't use this mascara is it clumps. Okay. Okay, guys, so I think this is probably going to have to go into my declutter. If I had any feedback for Huda Beauty on this, I would say that the actual formula is good and slightly thick. The bristles I don't think go thin enough right into the inner corners so that you can get in comfortably without A, clumping the lashes, and B, um, too much product going on there. So we're going to have to again go in, which is fine. That's absolutely fine. Um, we are going to go in again with a temporary spoolie, which I've popped somewhere, and just to separate that out again. So I usually use my NARS Climax mascara, but for today's video, I wanted to I was going through my rotation and everything, and saw it, but it will be probably, unfortunately, decluttered tonight. So I'm just fixing it, because what you don't want to do, guys, is spend money on mascara and then having to go in and fix it with a spoolie. That's not what you want. You know, you don't spend your money for that. You want like a really, really good result first time around. So what I would recommend instead of this is the NARS Climax mascara. Honestly, guys, it's waterproof, foolproof, and it's the only one that I would actually trust on my bottom lashes as well. So what I'm going to do is just separate these out, put on my Revolution lip oil, which I'll show you. I've used it in a previous live. And again, the other thing I'll say is I'm getting fallout. I'm getting a lot of fallout from this too. So Huda Beauty, I like the brand, I'm not saying, but for me, let me know in the comments, guys, if you've used this One Coat Wow, whichever way you pronounce it. This is the same thing I didn't, because it was Huda Beauty, guys, when I didn't get on with it the first time, I thought to myself, it's Huda Beauty, don't throw it out. This is a Huda Beauty product, high-end product, don't throw it out. So I didn't. And I popped it in my rotation. So rotation meaning that I kind of rotate my makeup so it's all used every week. I still feel the same way, guys, unfortunately. So it's clumpy, the brush doesn't help, the product all sticks together, your lashes stick together, so you end up almost like at war separating them. And if you're going for a high-end product, you don't want, the last thing you want, guys, is to kind of have to always work against the product to make your lash look good. So what I would suggest is something like NARS Climax mascara. It's waterproof as well. It doesn't kind of clump the lashes together. And they're doing a deal at the moment on New Look. So 4 products of NARS for £30, which is really good. So you get mascara, concealer, blush, and bronzer. They are in more of a tester version size, but this has lasted me a long time, guys, and I know it will. And I would repurchase this for that reason as well. So yes, guys, I do think I'll leave it there. But I think, guys, this is going to be unfortunately decluttered. It was good. It's a shame because I do love Huda Beauty. It's not, I love her products. I have her Glowish bronzer. I have some of her eyeshadow palettes. I wanted to try this, and I just didn't get along with it for those reasons, guys. If you saw how we had to really work with it, and then I ended up having to go in and get a temporary one just to even separate them out. So that's just for me, guys. You want to get ready in the morning or the evening or wherever you're going, and you don't want to fight against the mascara and having to kind of separate the lashes. So if you're looking for something nice and quick, I'd go for the NARS Climax mascara. And again, you can get that deal on Look Fantastic. 4 items of NARS for £30. So yes, so let's go on to the Revolution lip oil and then we'll end the video. I do want to thank everyone who's come on. I know sometimes there are people that come on and it's kind of, if you don't want to comment, you don't have to comment at all, but I do appreciate you being here. So this just shaking the lip oil. This is the Revolution Pro Lip Oil Hydrating. So that's what we're going to do for that today. And this is what it looks like. Again, a beautiful, sweet kind of strawberry scent. Okay. And you can see how hydrating it is, guys, straight away. And that's it. And it looks hydrating. It's not sticky in any way, but it's great for, on the go. And honestly, it is hydrating. I know there's a lot of claims that other brands put out there, but a lip oil, it is hydrating. It's an oil. Oil on lips it's always going to, have that moisture, and I'd really highly recommend it, especially in the hotter days as well. We definitely need anything hydrating. So that's the finished look, guys. There will be pictures in my post section shortly. I do want to thank you all. I know the channel is growing, and I do thank you all for your time. I know it's kind of late at night on the UK. I am still testing the algorithm, so I know I did a video on Sunday. It was an impromptu video in the sense of it wasn't planned. I just wanted to test out the algorithm, see how things were going. But we will be continuing our 8 o'clock lives on a Monday. Thank you for watching, guys. Again, pictures will be in the posts afterwards, and I'll see you soon.